Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a little something different, not a review, just a routine that I have. You guys probably see what's missing, my brows. My brows are completely missing. And in this day and age, if you don't have your brows on, people are like, are you sick? Are you okay? Yes, I am. I'm about to show you guys exactly how I get my brows to look super snatched. I'm also going to tell you how I've grown them out and how I just kind of make sure that they get the love they need so that they look perfect even when I'm not wearing any type of brow product. I also think another reason why I wanted to do this brow routine for you guys is because a lot of you guys have been complimenting my brows and I really appreciate it. I feel like brows is a long journey, especially because when this brow trend really came about, a lot of us were stuck on that like really thin brow trend. And so we were like panicking, we're like, oh my God, how are we gonna grow out our brows, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like we all went through that very like jacked up brow phase. But I feel like a lot of us right now are on a very nice brow phase time. So before I get into how I do my brows, I wanna quickly address what I use to help them grow. So my brows were very sparse for a while and it was because they were very thin. When I first started YouTube, or even before, my brows were like so tiny, like they were so thin. Like they were just like lines and I thought it was so cute. I was like, this is so beautiful. Like I went to this brow lady who waxed them all the time and I was like, yes, make them thinner. And now I'm like, hell no, I would never go that thin again. I was just like disgusted by it. But what really helped them grow is this biotin vitamin that I take. I currently am out of it, but I will have it right here so that you guys can see in this picture. It is my favorite. I will also have it linked down below. I discovered it on Amazon, but then I just went to the vitamin shop to purchase it because that's where I like can easily access it. Oh my gosh, this is the best biotin I've ever taken. Not only does it help my hair grow, as you can see, my hair has grown a lot. I think last year my hair was like right here and it's grown a lot. So I'm really grateful that I found that stuff, and it's awesome because it doesn't make me break out. A lot of biotins make me break out so fast and it's just so nasty. I remember I took one and I was like, girl, like get rid of that shit ASAP. As for my brows, they grew in perfectly shaped and they look so much fuller than they have ever looked before. I must say, it does make all your other hair grow, so you constantly need to be shaving, doing all that extra stuff. But if you're really desperate to have long hair and you don't care, then I would definitely recommend it. Before I go into my whole brow routine, I want to quickly talk to you guys about what I use to kind of keep them groomed and keep them intact. Because we all know we have those loose bitch hairs around here and those are the worst. Those are the worst hairs, but we know how to keep them in control. So I'm going to give you some of my tips to help keep those intact. So I really like to use this Morphe tweezer. I literally just found it on the site one day and it is so good. It literally plucks everything so easily, so fast. It grabs the hair and takes it right out, which I really love. So I just use this whenever I really want to do like a quick pluck. Like I know sometimes like our brows are like very nicely shaped, they've been done, but we just start to notice those little hairs peeking through and you just want to like grab it and just be done with it. And I'm telling you, they're not that expensive, so you don't have to worry about like breaking an arm and a leg to get some tweezers, because I know some tweezers can be super duper expensive. So I really highly recommend these. Now the next thing that I want to talk about, a lot of people constantly ask me, do you prefer to thread or do you prefer to wax? Now here's how I feel about this. I used to wax all the time. I used to only do wax on my brows because that was just the easiest, best way that I like my brows. Now I learned a lot through the years. I also started to notice that my eyebrows would get extremely irritated. It would just make it hurt so bad. And then I would have like all these rashes around my eyebrow for hours and days and I was just like, I can't be living this life anymore. So that's when I discovered threading. Now, the reason why I do like waxing is because once you take it off, like it removes everything and it's good to go. But I do feel like with threading, which I just started to do probably about 2 years ago, it really gives you that perfect shape. Like they really make it very precise. I feel like with waxing, like after like a day, the shape is just like not there. But with threading, the shape stays there. Like I still have my shape from when I last went to get them done. So I would definitely recommend threading. Also, when you go in, if you don't have a shape that you're obsessed with yet, and you just kind of have like thick brows and you want to get that shape, then definitely look through pictures, show the person what shape you want and how you can get there. I know sometimes they'll be like, no, your brows are like, we're not gonna be able to get that shape. Say, okay, that's fine, but I just want this concept. This is what I want my end goal to be like once, you know, we can get there. So definitely talk to them. I used to go to the brow people at the mall. It's called like Brow Art. I feel like a lot of malls in Maryland have that, but I don't know if places where you guys may live have like those threading brow art places at the mall. But the lady at my mall, she's really good, really, really good. Now I have gone to a few other people in that location and they just messed up my brows that I was like, okay, I need to stop being nice and just being like, oh yeah, you can do it, and being like, no, I want her to do it. She knows how to do my brows. So don't ever feel like if there's a lot of people in there, you need to like, you know, be nice and friendly. When it comes to brows, don't fuck around. Don't think that you can explore, because when you start exploring with different people, that's when you're never gonna get that perfect shape. Always stick to one person. So I did use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade for a very long time. I used the color Ebony, but mine really dried out and it's pretty much empty. I've been using the Reina Rebelde Eye Paint, and this is in the color Frida. It is an excellent color, as you can see right there. And I've been using that to do my eyebrows, and it's done an excellent job. I actually like this consistency better than the Anastasia Beverly Hills, because I feel like the Anastasia Beverly Hills is so drying and just so like thick that it like can just get really nasty real quick. Now I do want to say, whenever I use this type of brow product, I go in with a very, very light hand, just because you would rather go with less than going with more and having to remove or being way too thick for your taste. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills brush number 7. It looks like this, very, very precise, and it has a nice spoolie. And then we're gonna take the product and we're gonna start filling in our brows. I literally just follow where my brow is, exactly where it starts and where it ends. I go very, very light towards the beginning of my brow. Now, it doesn't matter if you go a little tiny bit heavier than expected, because we're gonna clean it up after we're done filling in the brow. Like so. As you can see, all you do is literally follow the bottom part of your brow, trace exactly where your brow is, and then trace above. As you can see, I didn't have to really do that much because my brow already has a shape and it's already more on the fuller side. It's just certain areas where we really want to enhance it so that it looks like it is completely all even. I'm going to go in with my Sephora brush. This is in the brush 20. And we're just going to carve out that nice shape. Then if you want to, you can go and drag that product that you feel like is stuck there and just bring it down just a little bit. If it's too long, we can always go back in and fix it. As you can see, the front, we go in very, very lightly with the product because you don't want it to look like a Sharpie or like a box brow. You just want it to look faded out naturally, like the front just faded out very gradually into your brow hair. It's very, very easy, honestly, especially once you start to have that shape that you're really comfortable with. I feel like it makes it so much easier for you to get that desired brow look. Like, you can see right now how big of a difference brows make. Like, instantly my brows just went from 0 to 100 real fucking quick. So as of lately, I've just been going in with my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I've been highlighting the bottom of my brow, and that really carves it out and gives it definition. I'm just using this Peach Pro brush, which is a precise brush, and I like to go in there and just carve out that area so that it looks more nice and clean. and we're done. It literally is so simple. And here's the thing that I want to tell you guys. I feel like a lot of us get so frustrated with our brows sometimes because we feel like we have to look like the ones on Instagram, like perfectly snatched, perfectly done. And you know what? No, you don't. Your brows are different than every person in this world. Your brows don't have to look exactly alike, which mine don't right now. And it's totally okay. We all have our good brow. This one's my good brow. This brow is still in progress, but we all have our good brows and we all have our bad brows. So don't ever think that just because your brow doesn't look just like this person doesn't mean that your brow isn't as great. My thing is always making sure that you really follow along your shape, because you obviously don't want to look like you made a brand new brow or look way too unnatural. You want it to look very natural for your face. So always make sure that you follow what you already have, and you also make sure that you fade it out. I feel like when it's all one color, it looks very fake. Like I feel like when you diffuse it out little by little, it starts to really look like those are your hairs. You can brush it upwards. It just makes the biggest difference. And the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna highlight our brow bone with like a shimmery color so that we can kind of give it a pop at our high points. So I'm gonna go in with this brush. I don't even know the name of this brush. I think it's e.l.f., but I use this for my brow bone highlight, and take this really pretty color. You guys know this is one of my favorite highlighters. Catrice Liquid Metal Eyeshadow in We Are the Champagnes. Love it. And we're just going to highlight, make it look beautiful. And you just want to highlight that high point. You don't want to highlight the whole thing. I feel like I've learned that when you highlight the entire thing, it's just like the streak line. You just literally want to go up here and highlight it, and it'll look great. Same thing with this eye. Just in that area. That concludes my brow routine. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this. And if you guys have any more questions on products that I recommend or just anything, then please let me know, and I will definitely let you guys know, give you any more advice that I may have on how to do some nice brows. So like I mentioned, don't overthink it. Don't feel obligated to do brows like everybody else does, like I do it. No, follow your brow, your shape, and that will be enough for you to get to where you need to be. I would recommend though going to a threading artist so that they can thread your brows, and you can start to get that shape so that you know what type of brow you want to do. It doesn't matter if you have straight brows, if you have angular brows, doesn't matter. Just whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever shape you feel suits your face the best, I would definitely recommend going with that. So that being said, if you guys enjoyed watching my channel, then please go ahead and thumbs it up. It really helps me out, lets me know that you guys want to continue seeing my videos. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and become a member of family here on YouTube, because I wouldn't want you guys to miss these videos for the world, because I always bring you the best, most honest videos. And this is the last video in this room, so thank you so much for all the people who have been watching my videos since I first started filming in this room. Super excited to show you guys my new space. I feel like it's so much more professional. I feel like this is like a starter background, and I can't wait for you guys to see it in my next video. So that being said, have a great day, and I'll see you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.